Hello friends, welcome back to Hyper Games. My name is Joseph and the Game Awards are this week, so let's predict some of the nominations. I was posting some polls here on the channel for you to decide what game was gonna win or what was your pick, so we're gonna go through that. We're gonna go through 18 of the awards. I left out some of the most specialized ones like AR or VR or simulation stuff that we don't cover here, like esports as well. So we're gonna go through mostly what you saw in the polls on the community tab. I'm gonna make 3 picks. One is gonna be a personal pick where I have to choose between games that I have played. The second one is gonna be what I think the industry is gonna vote for. And the third one is gonna be what you guys voted for. Starting with most anticipated game, I love what I've seen in Final Fantasy 16 so far. The combat director also worked in Devil May Cry 5, so I'm excited for that. I'm probably not that excited for Hogwarts Legacy. I'm not into Harry Potter that much. I enjoyed the movies, but I'm not into like the lore and all that. But I may try the game at some point. I'm also not a huge Bethesda RPG guy. I like some of their games, but not specifically RPG ones. Still, I may try Starfield when it launches. I'm looking forward to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, even though I still have something left to beat from the original. My pick here, however, is Resident Evil 4. I'm a huge Resident Evil fan, and I also love Resident Evil 4 a lot, so that's my pick. And 40% of you guys also thought the same. 40% of you chose Resident Evil 4. However, it's no denying that everyone's looking forward to Legend of Zelda Tears of the Kingdom, so that's what I think is gonna win. Next we have Best Adaptation. We have Arcane League of Legends, Cyberpunk Edge Runners, The Cuphead Show, Sonic the Hedgehog 2 and Uncharted, and I haven't watched any of this. You guys are telling me that you have time to watch TV shows and movies besides playing games. No, I'm just kidding. I'm gonna go with your choice here. You guys picked, 41% of you guys picked Cyberpunk Edge Runners, and I'm gonna say that that's also what it's gonna win. I may use this as a checklist on what to watch first, so gotta jump and watch Cyberpunk Edge Runners at some point. Next is Best Sports and Racing Game. I haven't played any of these games this year. We have F1 22, FIFA 23, NBA 2K23, Gran Turismo 7, and Oli Oli World. Most of you guys chose Gran Turismo 7 with 74%. So I'm also gonna say that's what it's gonna win here. It's Sony's biggest franchise and it has a lot of care in terms of like polish and graphics and the amount of content that you get in the game. Even though like there are some questionable things in there with the whole kind of like microtransactions and all that, but still I think this is a big contender in this category. Next we have Best Multiplayer Game. We have Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Multiversus, Overwatch, Splatoon 3, and TMNT Shredder's Revenge. I played a little bit of the beta for Call of Duty Modern Warfare. I played a lot of Multiversus and I had a lot of fun with friends, but nothing can beat the classic feeling of TMNT, so that's gonna be my pick here. It's also fun to play with friends. You guys, however, chose 61%. You guys chose Call of Duty Modern Warfare, and I think that's also what's gonna win. Moving on, we have Best Fighting Game, and I'm gonna bring here one of the comments from the game Win 100. I'm gonna give it to Multiversus. Sifu isn't really a fighting game. It's more action. It's more action unless the computer counts now. I don't know. Yeah, I don't know why Sifu is here. It's weird that it was chosen. If it's a beat 'em up and if that counts as a fighting game, then whenever you punch people with your fist in God of War, does that count as a fighting game as well? I don't know. It's not that Sifu doesn't deserve to be nominated. It deserves to be in the indie category, and I think it's also in the action one. It deserves that for sure, but it's weird to have it here in Best Fighting Game. I played a little bit of the King of Fighters 15 beta, but I have to give it here for Multiversus. I enjoyed playing that game. It allows you to test most of the characters, even though it's a free game, or at least when I played it. I don't know if it has changed since then. So that's gonna be my pick here. You guys chose, however, 63% of you guys went with Sifu, so there we go. However, I think that Multiversus is gonna be also the one that wins this award in terms of of prediction. Next we have Best Debut Indie Game. So this is a category of the studios that have their first indie game. We have Neon White, which is going to be releasing on PlayStation in a couple of weeks. We have Norco, Stray, Tunic, and Vampire Survivors. I've only played one indie game here, and that's Stray. I love the story, I love all the details that they had with the cat. I love the puzzles, so that's my pick here. You guys also went with Stray with 86% of the vote. And that's also what I think is gonna take the win at the end of the day. Next we have Best Ongoing Game. We have Apex Legends, Destiny 2, Final Fantasy XIV, Fortnite, and Genshin Impact. I'm trying to get back into Destiny 2. I played the original Destiny, I played a little bit of Destiny 2. I didn't play for a while and I'm trying to go back, but I don't have a pick here because I haven't played any of these games. You guys went with Final Fantasy XIV with 43% of the vote, and I also think that's what's gonna take the award in this category. Next we have Best Audio Design, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Gran Turismo 7, and Horizon Forbidden West. So out of these, I've only finished God of War Ragnarok and Horizon Forbidden West. I think this category usually focuses on like the little details of in terms of audio design. And one of the things that I like from Horizon Forbidden West is like the sound design for the different machines and how menacing they look, and all the work that should have gone into that. So that's gonna be my pick here. You guys, however, voted 70% for God of War Ragnarok. However, I must bring a comment here from Babesh Ganta, who said, guys, this isn't Game of the Year, this is Best Sound Design. Well, I haven't particularly listened to its sound. Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 sound is amazing. I think that's what I was just mentioning here, that it's always about the little details. So I think the two that have the most chance here is gonna be either Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2 because of like the sound designs in the sound design in the weapons and all that, and also Gran Turismo 7 with the little details about the cars. So my pick here is gonna be, or my prediction here is gonna be for Gran Turismo 7. Next we have Best Performance. We have Ashley Borsch, Aloy in Horizon Forbidden West, Charlotte McBurney in A Plague Tale Requiem, Christopher Judge in God of War Ragnarok, Manon Gage in Immortality, and Sonny Soljic Atreus in God of War Ragnarok. Quick mention here, I think a big snub was not having Daniela Visuti as Freya. I think she did a great performance with Freya, and I probably would have swapped Atreus for Freya here. And it's not like Sonny Soljic didn't do a good job with Atreus, but I think I liked her performance a bit more. But I think this is Christopher Judge here. He didn't win it in 2018 because it was the guy who does Arthur Morgan in Red Dead Redemption 2. I think the depth he added to Kratos in God of War Ragnarok, like with every grunt, with every laugh, joke, and like the amount of emotions he showed with Kratos in that game, it was amazing. So I think he's gonna take it this time. You also agree with that. 70% of you voted for Christopher Judge, and I also think that's gonna be who takes the award at the end of the day. Now we have Best Action Game. We have Bayonetta 3, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Neon White, Sifu, and TMNT Shredder's Revenge. I'm only halfway through the game, but I'm a huge fan of Devil May Cry and Hideki Kamiya's games. So far what I've played, I like it a lot, so my pick is for Bayonetta 3. You guys voted 49% for Sifu, and I'm gonna go with your pick as my prediction here. I think Sifu made a huge splash in terms of conversation and about the combat and its design back when it was released. I still have to catch up to that, I haven't played it, but I think that's the one that's gonna take the award in here. Best Score and Music, we have A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Metal Hellsinger, and Xenoblade Chronicles 3. My pick here is gonna be for Bear McCree with God of War Ragnarok. Like the music there when you are fighting, where you are in every story beat, when you have finished the game, like the music that plays there, like it's an amazing soundtrack. You guys voted 75% for Bear McCree as well with God of War Ragnarok, and I think that's also why it's gonna take the award. However, very careful here with Metal Hellsinger. I think that even if it uses some licensed music, they do it in a very creative way alongside gameplay, so I think it has a chance there. However, I must bring a quick comment here from Dubis Gaming Academia. Even though it's not listed, Sonic Frontiers cheating on every other soundtrack of 2022 period. That's a comment that I've seen a lot. I haven't personally played the game yet, and I'm not that much into Sonic games, but it's a comment that I've seen in social media a lot, and maybe it's a big snub in this category. Best Action Adventure Game, we have A Plague Tale Requiem, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Tunic. I played 3 games in this category. I played God of Ragnarok, Horizon, and Stray, and my pick is for God of War Ragnarok. I think it embodies that feeling of being on an amusement park and exploring and, well, what's there? I want to check what's happening here, and there's also like story to all of the things that you do in the game. So I enjoyed the exploration and the combat in God of War Ragnarok. I also enjoyed Horizon and Stray, but I think God of War Ragnarok is the one that I had the most fun in terms of this category. You guys voted here for God of War Ragnarok as well with 85% of the vote, and I also think that's what the press is gonna vote for in this award. Next we have Best Art Direction. We have Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Scorn, and Stray. I enjoyed the neon design for the city in Stray. I like the Forbidden West in Horizon. And the lore of the whole game, but my pick is again for God of War Ragnarok. Even though like most of the stuff you have already seen in 2018, I like that you go back and something has happened and that changes that area, and how they reworked some of the areas into the exploration zones again. So my pick is for God of War Ragnarok. You guys also 63% of you voted for God of War Ragnarok, but I think Elden Ring is the one that's gonna take this award, mostly because I think God of War Ragnarok is gonna go against that feeling of being a sequel and all the stuff that you had already seen. As I mentioned, I like that, and I like the feeling of going back and seeing how much it has changed, but not many people think like that. So I think Elden Ring has a chance to taking this category. Next we have Best Roleplay Game. I haven't played any of these games. I still have to catch up on Elden Ring, and I'm not into the other games as much. So we're gonna go here with your pick, which is Elden Ring. 79% of you voted for Elden Ring, and that's what I think is gonna win. Next we have Best Indie Game with Call of the Lamb, Neon White, Sifu, Stray, and Tunic. I have Call of the Lamb waiting to play. I got it recently, so I still have to play through that. So my pick here, my personal pick, is going for Stray. As I mentioned before in this video, I love the design in Stray. I love the details with the cat, and the whole story was very emotional, and I like the puzzles and all the stuff that you have to solve. So I love Stray. That's my personal pick. You guys also voted 46% for Stray. This was probably the category where it was like we had 2 games with a close gap there. 40% voted for Sifu, and I also think this is gonna take the award at the end of the day. Now we have Best Narrative with A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, and Immortality. I've only played 2 of these games. I still have to get into A Plague Tale Requiem. I have the first game penned in my backlog to beat, so that's why I haven't jumped into this one. My pick is again here for God of War Ragnarok. I like the story, even though I mentioned during my streams that there were times that I didn't know where the story was going. It really paid off at the end. so I think that's what I'm gonna go here with. I enjoyed Horizon story a lot, but the ending was like, okay, like all right, the game ended. I'm excited for where it's going, but I was not like really moved as I was with God of War Ragnarok. You guys voted here 85% for God of War Ragnarok as well. And sorry about the 5% with Horizon, it's also in yellow. And I think this has a huge chance of winning Best Narrative as well here. Now we have Best Game Direction, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Immortality, and Stray. Now my pick is here again for God of War Ragnarok, because I think they did a lot of awesome things with the narrative, with the way the gameplay works. Even the camera cuts with the whole one-shot camera that we had already seen in 2018, they did some cool things with that. The music, like everything out of God of War Ragnarok, I like a lot. And you guys also think that it's the game with the best direction, with 58% of the vote in our community polls. But I think what I've mentioned previously, that the fact that it's a sequel is gonna play against God of War Ragnarok as a double-edged sword. And I think that best game direction is gonna be for Elden Ring. And this has to do with the other award that is usually tied to this. Like, if you win this, you're almost certainly winning the Game of the Year. So Game of the Year, we have A Plague Tale Requiem, Elden Ring, God of War Ragnarok, Horizon Forbidden West, Stray, and Xenoblade Chronicles. My pick again, I enjoyed God of War Ragnarok a lot, so that's what I'm gonna go here with. You guys voted 63% for God of War Ragnarok and 25% for Elden Ring, 3% for A Plague Tale Requiem, 5% for Horizon Forbidden West, and 4% for Stray. There was no vote for Xenoblade Chronicles because YouTube only allows you to put 5 picks in these polls. And even though that I also said that, well, if you want to vote for Xenoblade Chronicles, leave it in the comments. There was no comments in favor for Xenoblade Chronicles. It got some votes in Best RPG Game. Now, despite God of War Ragnarok is my pick and it's also your pick here as a community poll, I think the one that's gonna take the Game of the Year is gonna be Elden Ring. And that is based on what I said, that God of War Ragnarok being a sequel is gonna play against. Now, Elden Ring is also like another Souls game, but I think it has like newer ideas and the fact that they also had George R.R. Martin with the world building and writing, I think it's gonna play a factor here, and also for game direction. And it's not like I'm saying that Elden Ring sucks. I haven't played it, but reviewers loved it. It clearly has great design, great gameplay, and all that. So every game that it's here is deserving of their nomination. So I think Elden Ring is the one that is going to take Game of the Year. We'll see what happens on December 8th. I also want to thank you for voting in all the polls that we had here on the channel. And I want to invite you for Thursday here on the channel. I'm gonna be co-streaming the show and you are more than welcome to join. Let's react together to all the winners and all the announcements and all that. Make sure to subscribe and enable notifications to know when I go live. I'm gonna be around 7:30 p.m. Eastern is when that's the pre-show, and they start at 8 p.m. Eastern. So that's around when I'm gonna go live. So yeah, hope you can join. Again, thank you so much for voting. And also, do you agree with these picks? What games do you think are gonna take the most awards? And I haven't talked about the game announcements here. I think that's probably another video. So yeah, what are you hoping to see at the show? Let me know in the comments below. Let me know what games you are hoping to win here. Let me know your feedback by liking or disliking this video. Check out other videos you may enjoy while you're here, and consider subscribing for more on PlayStation. Thank you so much for watching. My name's Joseph, this is Hype for Games, and let's get hype!